Hello, Houston. This is Liz Miranda, your bilingual realtor with Miranda Properties, and welcome to our show, Casa y Vida Houston on CBBA Radio. We're going to have a great topic today. We are going to talk about investment. So if you've ever thought of investing in a home, you definitely want to listen to our show today. All right? But before we do that, let's talk about our sponsors. Our first sponsor is Susie Condolopoulos. Susie is a loan officer with Gateway Mortgage. Her phone number is 281-250-2696. If you are looking to get pre-approved for a home loan or you are looking to refinance, definitely call Susie. The interest rates are going up this year. It's said that possibly even two more times. So definitely give her a call. This is the time to refinance. And of course, Susie is bilingual. Our next sponsor is Texas Low Cost Insurance Agency in Deer Park, Texas, and their number is 281-941-2863. Now, they can help you anywhere in Houston. And guys, it's already starting to rain, so make sure that you call to get your flood insurance. Remember that it does take 30 days for your flood insurance to go into effect. They do specialize in homeowners insurance, so give them a call. Doesn't matter where you live in Texas, they can help you. And then our next sponsor is yours truly, Elizabeth Miranda with Miranda Properties. Just want to remind you that I am not just your host of this show. I can help you buy or sell real estate. If you're looking to buy or sell, whether you want to buy a new home, a new construction, or a resale home, I can help you. Or if you're looking to sell, or you're just not sure what you want to do with your home, give me a call. My cell phone number actually is 832-878-1255. All right, so we are going to move on with our show. Today, we have another Elizabeth. Her name is Elizabeth Navarrete with Houston REI Network. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Liz. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. We're super excited to have you here. It's a
Thank
topic
you.
that I personally like, and I think that a lot of our viewers are going to be interested in, which has to do with investing. So first of all, before we get started, Elizabeth, I'd like you to tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what did you do? What led you to become an investor?
Oh wow, that's a very interesting question. Well, I first became a real estate agent in 2003. Prior to that, I was a social worker, straight out of high school, and during my college years and after college, I had so much passion to work in the social work arena, and I did a little bit of everything. I worked with HIV positive patients. I did sexually transmitted disease prevention education. I also worked as a school counselor for inner city middle school. So I did a little bit of everything. I dabbled in a bit of everything in social work. And I had the opportunity in 2003 to make the switch. And it was the summer. I had some time off. And I decided I needed to make a change. I loved working in social work, but it was really draining me. Not like, investing is not draining. It's also draining, but it was a different kind of draining. Lots of emotional and heavy stuff were going on in the school, that I was working at. And it was really not, I really wasn't cut out for it. I was burned out. I was tired, and I saw the opportunity. My life partner, which is also my business partner, Nelson, he motivated me to do the switch and decided to, take the classes, took the test, got the license, and the rest is history. So yeah, I started in 2003 as a real estate agent. That was the beginning of my real estate career.
Okay, and then when did you get into investing?
Well, that's also interesting. So we were doing investing in Chicago very passively. It was more like a hobby, kind of like me doing the realtoring thing. It was more of a hobby because we had our business in Chicago, very established mortgage company, and so we were really busy with that. And so we decided to tinker a little bit with real estate investing. We really didn't know what wholesaling was. We were getting properties from other agents, from appraisers, from all kinds of people in the industry, but we didn't really know how. We were just getting really good deals. We were getting apartment complexes, multifamily units, residential. In Chicago, you have a very intense variety of real estate opportunities. So we were just doing that passively. We really weren't, it wasn't our main focus. And however, I was telling you earlier, in 2007, we just decided to do the switch because of everything that was happening in our real estate industry. I had a pipeline of 12 buyers, and from night to day, the banks closed down and subprime lending was no longer. So I had to reinvent myself and really, really think hard what we wanted to do. Retail sales was my main thing. That's what I was doing. But investing was just very passively, we weren't aggressively pursuing it as we are now.
Okay, so and when did that happen? When did that shift happen? When did you like really get into investing?
I would say 2007, 2008 is when we decided that this was going to be our main source of income, but also we realized that it was very important to have multiple sources of income and not just depend on one like we were doing before. Nelson was focusing on his mortgage company. I was focused on my real estate sales, and that's all we were really doing. And when everything pretty much went crashing down, we had to do a lot of skimming off all the excess stuff that we had on our plate. We had 2 mortgages, we had 4 vehicles, just too much excess lifestyle. And so we really had to focus on skimming down on that and really put boots on the ground and figure out what we were going to do. And real estate investing was actually the obvious choice because of the fact that here in Texas, in particularly, not so much in Chicago, here in Texas the values were steady, and we still had that 80% rule, so we weren't able to cash out 100% like in Chicago in the Midwest, but so we were able to get some really good deals here in Houston.
So tell me, when it comes to investing, I mean, obviously you and I, we're both real estate agents, so we
Yes.
know what investing is and what we mean by it. And of course, I think a lot of people are familiar with it. We see these shows online, on TV, of course. So,
Sure.
But first of all, what do we mean when we say investing? What are we talking about?
Well, real estate investing is the purchase, the ownership, management, rental, and or sale of real estate for profit.
Okay.
That's what it is. When you buy something, you don't have to necessarily flip it, because a lot of people have that conception that flipping is the only way to invest. You also, when you hold a property for to manage or have rental portfolio, or you have a multifamily property, even commercial real estate can also be real estate investing.
So I think that most people would be familiar with the flipping, right?
Yes.
And by flipping, we mean where you basically buy a home, right, that maybe
Yes.
needs repair or needs updating, right? And then
Right.
you repair it and you update it,
Yes.
and then you sell it for a profit. Right?
Correct.
That's what we mean by flipping.
Yes.
And then the buy and hold, I guess, or holding, right, would be more, I think people would think of maybe possibly buying a home and renting it out.
Correct.
Is that-
yes.
is that right?
It could
Okay.
be a home. It could be a duplex. It could be a multifamily property. It could be a commercial property as well. Different avenues. Of
Okay, and then
investment.
there's also, of course, apartments. You mentioned apartments,
Yes,
and I think
yes.
I've heard a lot about that because, of course, there's a lot of information out there nowadays.
There
It's not
is.
like the old days. Now there's a lot of information. So there's also investing in apartments, right?
Correct. And I do want to make emphasis on something. When I was working in the middle school, which was my last job in social work, I remember I would have to motivate parents of the students of the school to come to the parent meeting. And we had a parent meeting every Wednesday. I remember this clearly. So I had to get up super early, drive through horrendous traffic all the way to the Heights, and I remember clearly there was one parent that stood out above many of the parents that I had a very close relationship with. Was that she was investing. She was a single mom. She had 4 kids, and I remember her child, the one that I was counseling at the time. Her child was super brilliant, super intelligent. This is a magnet school that I worked at. And her child was super intelligent. And I remember her telling me that she had I think she had 10 doors. She owned 10 properties, and she bought them, fixed them up little by little. Some of them she would owner finance, and others she just held as rentals. But she wasn't well versed in teaching me how, because I would ask her, how did you do it? Being a single mom, with small kids, 4 small kids in the family, doing this on your own. How did you do that? She wasn't able to really explain to me. She just said, easy. Just buy a house, fix up minimal, and then you just rent it out. And that was it. And I always thought to myself, that is so cool. I wish I could do that someday.
I think all of us have met people like that. You know, I think we've
Yes.
all met people who own several homes, you know, 2, 3 homes. Some people, like you said, maybe even up to 10 homes, and we're like, I want to be that person. How do they do that? But
Yes.
I think for some people, maybe it just either it came natural, or somehow they learned it from someone, or just somehow maybe they just somehow bought one home and they're like, hey, I can do it again. You know, I don't know.
Exactly.
I just, that's what I think. But you actually do know how to do it, and you actually do teach people, or train people, or mentor people, right?
Correct.
However, yeah, is that correct?
That is correct. We do. We have the opportunity for people to work alongside with us. We do a 6-month training program, which is a mentorship, but we pretty much teach people from A to Z how to invest. Not just, okay, the basics, okay, wholesaling, how to do a wholesale deal, how to get, how to market, all those things. We take it very, very basic on first how to start your LLC, how to establish your company, how to file it, your company, so that way you are protected all the time. And then from there, we take it all the way until you've done several of your deals. So we do a 6-month. It's very intensive, and we don't overlook any details. At least we try not to. But our success rate is pretty high from our program, and we
Wow.
only take a certain amount of students per year. We don't take a ton amount because of the fact that it does take a lot of our time to sit down and meet with our students, with our mentees, and teach them the ropes. They also shadow us all the time. So I have a lot of people tell me, "What, Elizabeth, why don't you do more lives? Why don't you showcase what you're doing?" I'm always so busy. I'm like an octopus. I have to have like 8 hands, you know, handling so much. I have my flips. I have we have our mentees. We have our just, you know, our wholesale deals too. We just have so much going on. But yeah, we only take a very limited amount of students, and not everyone is coachable. May I add? That's another reality, because people think this is easy. That investing is very easy and it's very glamour, and you know, we're in high heels all the time, especially us women with all, you know, pretty makeup and nice hair. No, it's not very glamorous. It's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of sweat equity, and it's fun. I enjoy it. I personally will go crazy if I'm stuck at an office all day long. I'm out on the field all the time. And I
Okay.
love it.
Well, that sounds wonderful. Well, gosh.
exciting.
Well, I have some more questions, definitely.
Yes.
Like I said, because I personally am interested in investing myself. So definitely
Sure.
have more questions. But let's go ahead and take a short commercial break, and we'll be
Okay.
right back.
Thank you.
Well, welcome back to Casa, Vida Houston, and we are talking to Elizabeth Navarrete with Houston REI Networking, and we're talking about investments. So we do have some more questions, of course, because this is a very exciting topic. I want to know, Elizabeth, how easy is it? I mean, you know, we've all seen those shows on TV that make it look like it's super easy.
Yes.
Is it really that easy? I mean, you know, you basically go buy a home, you just fix it up, and you're going to make a lot of money. Is it really that easy?
It's really not. And I have to be honest, because in our industry, it's so easy to glamorize in flipping and investing. And it really takes a lot of hard work, dedication, and persistence. It's a daily thing. We all talk about mindset. When you become an entrepreneur, you talk about mindset, and yes, we're always positive, and I have a colleague of mine, Ryan Harper, always saying about rah work, that it's always, you know, rainbows and unicorns and all this happiness, but really it does take dedication, and it's a daily mindset that you have to work within yourself. Just as much as you input your time in working on your business and building your real estate investing business, you also have to work on building yourself. That's why we're going to do a book giveaway too as well.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that.
Right.
Definitely. So let's talk about that right now, in fact.
Yes. So
before we go on.
I have 2 books in English that I want to give away, or should we just do one?
Yeah, no, let's talk about let's just do one of the English ones.
Okay,
talk about
let's do
of
this
English
one, The
ones
Think
first.
and Grow Rich by Napoleon
Oh,
Hill.
my God, one
That's
of my favorite
right?
books. I have read that thing about 10 times, guys.
Yes, it's fantastic, and this will definitely help. I'm not saying that rely only on books. You need to work on yourself. Get some good books, watch podcasts, listen to the people that you admire and that you follow. And also, I think it's really important to get the correct mentorship. A lot of people get into this business without really knowing what they're doing, and they jump in both feet first, and they don't really they don't make it and they quit within the first year or two. So it's it's a really tough industry. It's very competitive, and I think that mindset has everything to do with it. You have to maintain that positivity on a daily basis. It's not every week or every other month. And I'm not saying go to these crazy seminars where you're going to be told that, you know, all this motivational stuff, but you definitely have to have that strong positive mindset to make it through.
Oh, I
That's
agree. I
key.
agree. Well, there we go. So there,
Yes.
let me grab the book. So
Yes.
definitely. So this is the book, guys. So what we want you to do in order for us to give this away is we want you to share our link as we're talking live. Share our link, and we ask that you share it to a group. If you belong to like a buy and sell group or an entrepreneur group or any kind of group, please share it. And what we're going to do is we're going to go at the end of the show. We're going to look at everyone that has shared it, and we're going to draw a name. Okay. And then we're going to, after the show, because we're super busy here, but after the show, we will do a live drawing, and you'll see us draw the name of the winner. Okay. So share as many times as you want to. Just share it to a different page. And every time that you share, you're going to get entered into the drawing. And we can go in there and see your name. So just share, share, share. Okay. Share 2-3 times.
Yes. And use the hashtag Houston REI.
Yes, definitely.
Hashtag Houston REI.
Houston REI, yes. So you'll see that on her name on the bottom. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about as far as being able to get started. Do you need a lot of money? I mean, I know it's not easy. We've already said that, but is it really that hard? I mean, how much money are we talking about here? Does a person need to get invested?
Investing. I will tell you my personal experience, and it was tough, but we made it work. I remember that I had a couple of closings back to back before we decided to jump on this full term, and we had about $25,000 saved up. We started with that. But we started small. Mind you, again, we started here in Texas, we started in 2005, flipping and buying homes. And we were able to buy a home as low as $35,000. But what happened is that what happens here is that here's where, and I see one of my friends here, if you see her, say hello over there, Kelly Smith. She's with Easy Street Capital. You want to align yourself, especially when you're starting, even if you're seasoned, you want to align yourself with a hard money lender. They will help you they will lend you up to 70% of the after repaired value of a property. So you only have to come up with closing costs and some minimal amount of capital so you can get started on your first flip. Of course, you have to have enough money to start your first draw, which is your first phase in your rehab process. But I definitely recommend you connect with Kelly Smith. She's amazing. And she's helped a lot of investors in the state of Texas get started with real estate investing.
So it would be possible for someone, say, who had, maybe say $10,000-$20,000
Yes.
to get started, because they're not going to have to pay for all the money up front. Like you said, they're going to be able to use hard money loans.
Correct.
Okay, so that is possible. So how would
Yes.
they get started with you? What about you? What if they want to get started with you on a mentorship?
Well, definitely. With us, you just have to put in a phone call. May I give my number?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, okay. You can call me at 832-614 8832, and I think my business card
Yeah, I
should
think we
be
have
up
her
there
information.
and shortly. You can contact me. We can set up an appointment, sit down. I always love to sit down with our prospective students prior to even starting the process, because I want to make sure that they're fully in. They're really vested into making this work, because not everyone has that desire. They just say, in the end, sometimes we have people say, I only want to invest 10% of my time, so then we take them on as private money lenders instead of them becoming a full-on investor as far as getting into the sweat equity that I was talking about. Also, we offer the opportunity to JV, joint venture. Of course, with all the correct documentation in place, we can also establish a joint ventureship where we teach you the ropes and as we go, but we have an official contract stating what our roles are in each transaction. Also, you can work as a bird dog with us, and I can give more a detailed explanation if you give me a call, 832-614-8832, and we can discuss further how we can make it work.
Okay, and we have your information now on the screen.
Fantastic.
So absolutely, there is, her phone number. As she said, it's 832-614-8832. And then her email is on there. And of course, you can find her on Facebook. So absolutely,
Yes.
give her a call. Definitely want to get started and meet with her and see if this is something that will work for you. Now, Elizabeth, you also said that you're going to be speaking at an event.
I am, yes, on July, and I also have the information coming up, I think, in a bit.
Yes.
It's the Houston Entrepreneur Society. It will be next Thursday at 6 o'clock, I believe, at the Belvedere Club. And I will be speaking about real estate investing and also my journey as an entrepreneur. And I'd love to have everyone come because this is the first time that the Houston Entrepreneur Society is doing their networking event, very first night. They're doing a twist of a night of business and fashion. So it's going to be business related, as you see at the bottom where it says presented by. There's a lot of sponsors that will be there. And I'd love everyone to come and just have a drink. They're going to have a happy hour and also bring your business cards because you never know who you're going to meet at these events. Especially, this is not this is not a real estate investing event, so it's a fantastic opportunity for all of you that are watching that are in real estate, for you to meet your potential next client or your next business associate or a colleague.
Okay. Oh, well, awesome. Well, awesome. Well,
6
thank you
o'clock.
so much. Well, I want to
Thank you.
remind everyone, of course, about the giveaway, guys. Make sure that you share the link to this show as we are live, and we are going to do a drawing after we're done with our English show. Now, of course, remember that we're going to have our Spanish show at 1:30. So, that's why, after we're done with the English show, then we'll have another drawing for the Spanish one. But when we're done with everything, we're going to have two drawings. So like I said, I've read this book many times. I absolutely love it. It's like, wow. When I read this book, I'm like, wow, okay, I get it. I get it. You have to think a different way. To be successful, you've got to think a different way.
It's all about mindset.
People that have
Yes.
money, it's because they think different than we do. And we can learn to think, to think bigger, to think differently. Okay. So anyway, so that is all we have time for right now with Elizabeth. So I want to first thank you, for your time.
Thank you for having me. I hope to come back again soon.
Absolutely, absolutely. But of course, you're going to stay on for our Spanish show.
Yes.
So we'll move on now. I want to go ahead and talk to you guys. I don't have any homes for you today like I normally do, but I do want to talk to you about what we do. One of the things is that obviously I am a real estate agent. We are open on Saturdays now. All the month of July, we are going to open up on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So if you want to come in on a Saturday, just call me to make an appointment. I will answer all your questions. I'll also help you apply for a home loan. I think a lot of times people get intimidated and they just need that help. Of course, the loan officer is going to do the loan for you, but I will make sure that I basically hold your hand through the whole process, walk you through it, get you to the loan officer, get someone on the phone, get somebody to talk to you, and we'll also have some loan officers there on Saturdays, and we're going to help you get pre-qualified. So call that number on the screen to schedule an appointment. Now here we have the list of all the documents that you need to get pre-approved for a home loan. Guys, it's really not that difficult. You need to bring 2 months of paycheck stubs, 2 months of your most recent checking and savings statements, 2 years of your income tax of all the pages, and then of course 2 years of all your W-2s and 1099s, and then your valid ID, social security card, and if you're a resident, your resident card. Then also, you might, if these apply to you, any SSI income, pensions, annuities, any child support, and divorce decrees. So these are the documents that you need. If you have them all handy, it's even better. We can get a full pre-approval. I do also want to remind you that we do work with veterans. In fact, right now I am working with a couple of veterans, and it's amazing. The loans for veterans are 0 down. You also don't have what's called mortgage insurance, which is really important because that helps you keep your payments down. We'll help you get your certificate of eligibility, which is going to tell you how much you're eligible for. It's going to show you whether you're wanting to buy a resale home, a new construction. We can help you. We also can help you qualify for any other grants depending on your income. So just give us a call. Lastly, I want to remind you also that we do help you sell homes. If you're facing foreclosure, you're behind on your payments, you simply don't know what to do, anything, or you just simply want to sell your house. It doesn't matter whether it's in good condition, it's in perfect condition, or it's in bad condition. Give us a call. We'll help you sell your homes. All right. So that's it. So lastly, I just want to show you my information. Remind you again of my phone number. My phone number is 832-878-1255. Our current office is on TC Jester, but I also work out of an office in Deer Park, Texas. So East End, Southeast, East Side, that is my territory. I definitely can help you. Give me a call anytime, 832-878-1255, Monday through Saturday. You can call me and I will answer. That's all I have for you for today. We are going to have our Spanish show next. But always do remember, we are with you every single Thursday at 1 o'clock in English and in 1:30 in Spanish. We will see you next Thursday. And thank you again.
Thank you. You know what?